On Los Tiburones night, the Sharks come up short in a tough battle with the Anaheim Ducks. We'll break this one down. We'll also break down a very successful night for the San Jose Barracuda. Right now, this is Teal Town After Dark. Good evening and happy Saturday night. It's October 12th, 2024. Sharks lose 2-0 to the Anaheim Ducks in their season opener for Anaheim. You know what I'm talking about. Welcome to Teal Town After Dark. This is your live interactive Sharks postgame. We do this after every game, so if you want to be part of the show, chat with us and fellow Sharks fans and hockey fans all over the world and in Sharks territory on the YouTube page or the app. Follow us on all the social medias as possible and find everything at Teal Town USA. And hey, if you want to help support the show, we appreciate that in a super chat donation live or hit us up anytime on Venmo at Teal Town USA. And with that, I say good evening to you, good sir, Mr. Ian Reid.
Hello.
Hello. You're calm. This is scary. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's
game 2.
Game 2. Okay. All right. Just take it easy, you know.
Yeah, it's game 2. Like I don't know. It's fine.
Gotcha. I don't think they played bad. I think, you know, and it sucks that, you know, first things first, you get the goal called back on that nice power play, fancy play from Granlund to Fabian Zetterlund. That would have made it 1-0, but just a little bit offside.
Yeah, unfortunate, because I did pick Zetterlund as my scorer, and I got all obnoxious in the Discord about it, and then they called it back. And did I delete my obnoxiousness? No, of course not. But you know, that's kind of been the way the season has gone for me so far.
But it's only been 2 games. What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man. Oh boy. Well, I mean, for the Sharks, it was in a big battle between Vites Vanecek with his first start in quite some time since he was with New Jersey, and then you also have De Staal, who, you know, I what is it with Anaheim? With Anaheim backup goaltenders, first it was Stolarz, and now it's De Staal. It's like, come on, guys.
I wouldn't. Okay, so here's the thing. I really like Dostal. I think when everything's all said and done and that team's good again, Dostal's going to be the guy between the pipes. So I don't think that is the way that I would look at this game. Like, I understand that John Gibson's still there, but I feel like even when he gets healthy again, this is going to be Dostal's net to lose. So I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't agree. Apparently, we're having audio issues from your mic. Heavy left ear, which I agree. That's what I'm getting to.
First, I was quiet First, I was quiet at the Shark Tank, and maybe that's probably the problem. Apologies, gang. And I'm psyched enough about what kind of updates I did over here. So apologies for that. Hopefully it's a lot better now. It's doing left-only weirdness. That's terrific. You know?
Yeah,
I try
feel
to fancy it up as much as possible and you know, everything. Now I sound like a mouse.
I don't. You sound better to me.
Huh. What the actual fuck? You know,
I don't know.
Seriously. All right. Volume up us, coach. How's that? Give me some loving, people.
I'd say I just work here, but no one gets paid, so I don't work here.
Go figure.
And you're probably wondering if Ian doesn't get paid, where does this money go? It keeps the lights on. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah. but quiet. All right, I'll try to.
I
I'll
feel
do
like
my
you're
best to.
fine now.
I'm fine now.
I I don't know if you're still only left ear, but you're fine. You're way better. You're clearer. I think you're fine.
If
This right here. This is what you come for.
Oh yeah, exactly. Coming for the audio issues, then I hear, and then I get it later. Yeah, it's terrific. Anyways, yes, still left here.
Well, I don't know. Look at.
You hold, and I'll figure out something. It's just talk about this game.
Let me tell you about our Lord and Savior, Lucas Dostal. No, I look at. I think that as Puckguy finishes this up, and no, I'm not gonna go on a super thing, but I really like it's Lucas Dostal, isn't it not? I believe it is. I like Dostal. He's really good. And so I'm not surprised that this game was that this game kind of ended the way it did. I think he's a really good goalie. I do feel like it's a situation where, like I said, once this rebuild's over, I think Dostal will be their guy between the pipes. So I don't look at this as the Sharks losing to a backup goalie, although I think they're going to get fed a steady diet of backup goalies this season. So that's something that will probably happen going forward a little bit, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think he's legit.
How about now?
I feel like you're fine.
How now, brown cow? There we go. I don't know. No, the stall is looked pretty spectacular. I don't know. Again, like I said, what is it with Anaheim backup goaltenders to this team? But I thought they played very well tonight. I thought this team was still left here. Thanks, Molasses.
I don't know.
Okay.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We're just going to do everything, unplug everything, which I just did, which is so freaking fantastic. So we can hear you all good. Thank you.
Look at, I'll just figure out how to put my thing through the right ear, and then if like someone only has one earphone, they'll get half the conversation. It'll be fucking great.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to piss off any people tonight. That's for sure. Especially after a 2-0 loss.
Who's angry? I'm not angry.
Apparently, Clean Costin was angry. He took a cross check from Vetrano, and then Vetrano's like going ow after he got a nice little southpaw uppercut there at the end of the first.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's fine.
Did you have any issues with the lineup? You know, Gushin out, and then you saw Costin in. Grundstrom in. Grundstrom takes a penalty. Costin does this. I mean, to me, it seemed like it was a waste to have Gushin on the fourth line, but I think it just seems like it was a charity.
What are you going to do, right? So here's the thing. Now, I agree. But it's hard because, like, not that we want to talk too much about last game because I have to do that again tomorrow.
No.
But like, where else do you put Gushchin in game one? Where else do you put him? Like you could say on the third line, although I don't think that's what that third line is constructed to do. I don't know. Like the Sharks are weird. They have two fourth line, two third lines. I don't know how you want to look at it, but like their third line isn't set up to be whatever. So I do believe, I do agree that Gushchin kind of wasted on the fourth line, although he did get power play time, and I think that's important.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, man. I have questions, but I don't want to get too hyperbolic about it because again, it's game 2.
Right.
So I mean, there's definitely some things where I'm like, okay, so what are we doing here? But I don't know where you put Gushchin because you couldn't with the people who started game 1. There was nowhere for Gushchin in the top 6. Where I think he needs to be to have success. Like, who do you take out of the top 6? William Eklund, Zetterlund, Granlund. I think Granlund deserves to be there. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do.
And Granlund, I think, had it was either a 13 or 14 game point streak.
Yeah,
back to last season, that gets snapped tonight, so it's tough to take him out. And I
wouldn't anyway. Like Granlund's fine. Like Granlund needs, again, the thing with this team is that it's going to be a lot easier. And like some people are going to be like, some people are going to be really ridiculous about this loss and be like, oh, well, look at what happened with the Barracuda tonight. Where's Casper Holtnen? Why isn't he on this team? And it's like, he's where he's supposed to be. Now I agree with Ricky in the chat saying that Goose should have been in the lineup tonight when you consider that Celebrini's out. Like that should have opened a top 6 spot where I think Daniel Gushin could have an opportunity to thrive. So like I said, like I do have some questions early on here, but I don't want to get like super angry. I don't want to get super hyperbolic about it yet. But if there's trends like this that continue, then yeah, I think it's something that we're going to have a conversation about. I don't want to get too silly about it yet, if that makes sense. I mean, it probably makes for a really shitty podcast, but I don't know.
But again, I mean, you essentially lose 1-0. You got an empty netter with Zegras scoring from like 195 feet away. You can also throw in, the Lundestrom goal. I mean, Drew was mentioning on the broadcast about the 3 guys getting back need to be in better communication.
Yeah, well, that was a complete clusterfuck. Like everyone had to figure out why they were trying. Like everyone has to look at this team and try and figure out like what are they doing and which guy they're taking, and no one really had an idea of what guy they were going to take. So they all just kind of, I don't know, fell all over the place, and it was bad. Like that goal was an absolute clusterfuck, which, in my opinion, kind of hurt a pretty good. I thought the Sharks were fine, like defensively today, and I thought they were fine offensively. I know they didn't find the back of the net, but I mean, this is a team. Anaheim's not very good, right? But I mean,
right.
The shots on goal were pretty even, and I thought there was definitely the Sharks had some quality shots on net. I just think Dostal was better than Vanecek tonight, and Vanecek was really good.
Yeah, what did he finish with? Like 28 of 29, yeah, of saves, 966 save percentage. I mean, and yeah, literally the shots were even at 30 apiece.
Yeah, I mean, it just unfortunately for the Sharks, the one goal they scored, they were offside, and Dostal was just that much better than Vanecek tonight. That was the difference.
Almost like a wake up call, saying, "Oh, I gotta sharpen up my game a little bit more for these guys," because there were moments. I mean, granted, there were also times that San Jose got stuck in their own zone.
Sure.
But at the same time, the Sharks kind of kept pushing back a little bit, and the game opened up a little bit, which I was surprised to see. But, as usual, the coaches try to get in the way of that. So, unfortunately, not a whole lot to talk about in this one, to be quite honest. We don't even get a Spanish goal call that we usually like to promote here, just because it was Los Tiburones tonight. So yeah, so 2-0 loss. They now head out on the road with stops in Dallas, Chicago, and Winnipeg. The big news, of course, coming out this morning is that Macklin Celebrini is week to week with a lower body injury, and apparently it's being reported it's a hip injury.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure the Sharks are thrilled that got out.
Well, yeah, but I mean, fuck this team. The one thing, like, I really thought, like, the one benefit that we were going to get from all this fucking sports betting nonsense was clear picture of injuries. But apparently, no, we just have to deal with like nonstop, like, betting ads and everything else. And we don't even get like better injury reporting out of it.
We get nothing but the owners line their pockets with money.
Yeah, I know. So the teal curtain is still, yeah. This Macklin Celebrini thing, obviously it sucks, right? It's a shitty way to start. Hip injury, like, that's concerning. Obviously, now he could be and see, this is the thing too, because they made it sound like he played the first game anyway, and I understand you fly all family in and everything else, and you probably want that, you want to sell those tickets, I guess. But
Right.
like, this guy is supposed to be the cornerstone of what they're building. Like, if he's not good enough to play this game, why was he good enough to play last game? And I know he got a goal and an assist, and like, obviously that was really good. But like, this guy is going to be the cornerstone of the franchise. What the fuck are we doing here?
Well, and the makes you wonder how concerning and how shot up he was. Maybe. I mean,
I
this
don't know,
is
man.
purely
Like, hockey players are
speculation.
dumb, right? Yeah, and
But
hockey players are dumb. They do dumb shit. Like,
the thing is that you probably tell the kid he wants to play in the first game, gives
yeah.
an all out effort. Then the next day he wakes up and goes, "Oh shoot, I do not feel
Well,
great," and that's the last thing you want to have.
I don't know, man. I
With your
get,
kid.
again, like, this team. I mean, they're 0-2 so far. They're going to go play a really, really tough road trip where I don't expect them to pick up a lot of points. Like, I understand the excitement for Celebrini. I'm excited for Celebrini. I want to see Celebrini play, but like, I also want him to be healthy. And I don't want, like, if he's not healthy, he shouldn't be playing. I understand that might not help you sell fucking tickets. And I understand, like, it would, it's definitely, it's a kick in the pants to the excitement level a little bit, right? Like,
Right.
they're talking about how soon he could be back, but this fucking team, like, not that the Sharks are, not that the Sharks are a special unicorn here, but I do find that they, like, look at the Logan Couture situation. Now, a completely different situation. I'm not trying to say that that Macklin Celebrini situation is any way equal to the to this situation with Celebrini with a injured hip, right? But like,
Right.
how long did they try to string us along last year that, oh, he'll be back, he's gonna start skating next week, oh no, maybe next week, you know what I mean? Like, on the broadcast, it was like, they continued to try and sell us that Logan Couture was this close to getting back on skates again, and all summer, same thing, right? Oh yeah, we expect him to be skating by captain's ice, we expect this, and it's
Right.
like, has he skated yet? No, apparently not. So like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't trust this team when it comes to anything injuries, because it's like, they're really trying to push that, oh well, he could be back by whatever it is, the 7 days or 8 days that he absolutely has to be out for. But I don't think that's a fucking given.
No.
And
And
if he's not healthy, then it shouldn't be a given. And I know it sucks, and it's like, again, but this guy's supposed to be the cornerstone of the fucking franchise going forward. So let's get him right, and get him right proper, and then get him back on the ice. We can all have fun.
you almost have to think about long term versus short term
Yeah,
about.
because they're not playing for anything this year. Like,
Right.
again, they're already 0-2. They're, who do they have coming up again? Sorry.
Chicago, Dallas, and Winnipeg.
Okay, so they Chicago, I think, is a team that they could pick up points against, but Winnipeg seems to be hot out of the gate. Dallas is still Dallas, right? So I mean,
Oh
like,
yeah, of course. Even though they
so
have no Pavelski.
but I mean, fuck, man, look at that. Oh, 1-1. My bad. Yes, thank you.
How dare you?
How dare
We
I? They
got a
do have a
point.
point. That's right. They do have a point, and facts do matter.
We were 54 seconds away from 2 points.
Yeah, you're right.
Come
You're
on.
right. I know. Fuck. I'm so mad I stayed up to watch that game.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, it was exciting. It was the first game again. Again, like, look at, I understand the excitement around Celebrini, man. I stayed up because it was his first game, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It's a little bit later than I should stay up, but it'll be fine. And then,
Right.
yeah,
They're better than the Oilers. Oh
that's
boy.
true.
Oh man. Let's look in the chat and see what we got here. About big new type stuff and not recognizing ACL. It's being dread.
That's the name. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing, right? Like, there's
Yeah,
gonna be a lot of new faces coming in, but I mean, that's
it,
what, it has to happen. It has to
it's
happen every team.
it's almost like uh it's almost like we need to hand out lineup cards to everybody, so
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but it's fine, right? Like, I mean, I think again, there's a lot of excitement here, and as well there should be. I mean, this is definitely, they're not there yet, but it's the start, right? And
right,
they have the cornerstone piece now. It's just an issue of building the rest of it out.
right. So it's gonna take some time. Don't worry, gang. It'll be all right. You know, 1-1 will take for right now. Now, if this
Yeah.
happens next year, then Ian's gonna lose his, blow his gasket at this point of the year.
Oh, at some point, I'm sure I'm gonna get angry this season. It's a fucking happening game too.
Oh my gosh. But
It would not be a season if I didn't get angry at some point. However, it's it's game 2. I'm chill
for now.
For now.
100%
for now. I promise nothing going forward.
Remain calm. All is well. All is well.
Until it isn't.
Yeah, and
then you'll hear it.
Then you'll hear the F that guy and all that fun stuff from Ian over here. Don't worry, you'll hear a lot of that tomorrow on Puckguy.
I was upset in the preseason. That's true. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
With me.
But don't worry, folks. He'll be on Pucknologist tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Be on the lookout for that. So then
I need an Ian update on who needs to be fired. No one right now. Look at you. You can only fire people so many times. You don't look at the last thing the Sharks need right now is to become the Buffalo Sabres, who, everyone's still waiting for that next leap, but they've had like more coaches than top draft picks. I feel like at this point, like it's silly.
Buffalo, yikes. But I'm sure you guys will talk about that tomorrow. As for now, and it's been requested, let's talk.
I didn't say John McCarthy. No, I look at they like John McCarthy's team won tonight. Like I give it time. I'm sure I'll get mad at John McCarthy for sure at some point this season.
Hey, great segue.
Ooh, Barracuda.
I don't care if it has the old logo where the Cuda's holding the stick and not biting it. We'll get to that. But let's talk about some good news, bud. Barracuda 5, Ontario Reign nothing in the season opener for the Barracuda in their 10th season in the Bay Area. Casper Haltonen with the pair of goals. Colin Graff, I don't know if you saw it, but they had a sweet goal. Goes top shelf
ridiculous.
where Mama hides the cookies.
It's on my timeline. You can find it.
Alrighty then. Thank you, Ian.
I'm sure it's on the Teal account too. Look at so I watched both games tonight. Obviously, I was watching the Barracuda game before the Sharks game came on, and then I kind of was just had my eye on both. Try as best I could simultaneously. Look at Barracuda came out. Askarov gets his first start as a team. As a team in San Jose. I thought he looked really good. Look at this Ontario Reign team, who's still really good, is a team that had their way with the Barracuda last year. I think the Barracuda were like 6-1-1 against them last year. Like it was bad. The Reign had their way with the Barracuda all year. So to come out and have the game that they played against the Ontario Reign this year, it's a really good way to start the season, right?
Yes.
Casper Haltonen's a guy who I'm really glad they opted not to send back to junior. As good as I think that London team is going to be once they get rolling again, which they've already seemed to start rolling again. They've had a little bit of a hiccups to start the season, but I know that Dickinson had like a hat trick the other night. So he's a guy that I think the AHL is exactly where he should be. He needs to skate against bigger guys. He needs to shoot on better goalies. But I think he showed why he had so much success in junior on some of those goals tonight, because he just picks the right spot to be in, and he has a really good shot. The question for me with Casper Haltonen is always going to be like, how can his shot selection improve as he turns pro? And so far, So far, so good. Again, it's one game. I don't want to get super crazy and super hyperbolic and, we're going to the Calder Cup, bitches. But, it was a good start. And Askarov, I think, was everything he was advertised to be. I thought he had a really good game. He made some really good saves. And it's good to see the Barracuda finally look like they're actually going to be a little bit of fun.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah, it's about that time. Phil Beestet with a pair of assists, Andrew Portorowski a pair of assists, along with Philip Beestet with a pair of assists. And like we mentioned, Askarov is going to play his heart out so that way he can get that call up. Whether or not there are injured netminders in the big club, but it's a nice problem to have finally, and to have a 22 save shutout. You love to see it. You love to see it.
And I'm hoping that like when they play again tomorrow, I'm sure Georgi Romanov's probably going to get the start tomorrow,
right.
And hopefully he can have a similar game behind this new this revamped Barracuda team that's definitely gotten some more fun pieces on it than I think they've had previous.
Yeah. And it's nice to see Luca Cagnoni doing his magic, especially on that second goal for Haltonen. There are a bunch of studs on this squad, and I can't wait to see them. Most likely next Saturday night for the Barracuda home opener against the Iowa Wild. So that'll be a good one to get out there if you haven't done it already. But yeah, I'm really psyched for the Barracuda this year. I think it's going to be a special year. Ian's already predicting Calder Cup, but
right, yeah, you heard here first. It should be right, and I still think like the Barracuda, to me, like this team has to have some success at some point. Like to me, this is the year where I think they have to have some success. Like and I say this every year, but in a division where 7 teams make the playoffs, you should probably be one of them.
Indeed.
And we don't know what's going to happen with the year in San Jose, but I think once they get some healthy bodies, like obviously they're going to have to send some more guys back down, which I think is only going to bolster this lineup. So as long as it doesn't go the other way, like it kind of did last year. Last year, they were kind of undone by injuries to the big club, where I think they didn't really have the veteran pieces down there that they needed. It was a lot of relying on the kids. And guys did step up. Like I think Ethan Cardwell had a really good year last year, all things considered, for the Barracuda, but it would be nice for them to be able to kind of keep their veteran players this year and also have the kids that are down there be put in a position where they are in a position to succeed.
Yeah, and let's be honest. Don't F this up, guys. Come on. Everything is right there for them for another successful year. Reminds me of the 2017 squad, which had uber full of talent to get the job done. So
yeah, and again, it was just a good, they had the right mix there. I think that's the important thing. It's having the right mix of guys, and I feel like right now they have it, and it's only going to get better because, I feel like once guys like Shakir Mukhamadullin get healthy, I don't think he's going to be on the Barracuda, but obviously they're going to have to send another defenseman back down if he gets healthy. So that'll just be another addition to their defensive group. And then if they get a little more healthier on the forward side too, I want Dino Gushin to get opportunities, but at some point he could get sent back down. I'm not super worried about Will Smith yet, but I think that if things continue for him the way they've gone to and it does get silly. I think again, it's 2 games. You don't want to get super carried away, but he's a guy too, who could also get, see some time on the Barracuda. Not that I'm saying it's a definite gonna happen thing, but it's a possibility, right? And then that would obviously bolster their forward group pretty significantly. So I'm pretty bullish on this Barracuda team this year. I don't know. Again, like I'm not saying like this is the best team in the AHL, but I think they could be fun. And I think if they are not good and you can't wave it away with injuries like you could last year, I think then, you want to start talking about, if you want to start talking about Ian getting mad and firing people, then yeah, we'll have a conversation, I think, about John McCarthy at some point if this team isn't good.
But they should
And
at least a playoff team. They should 100%. At least be a playoff team.
Yeah.
Yeah. AJ's trying to go for 14 points here. I'm looking at Askarov starting Thursday in Winnipeg.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what the plan is. They could carry 3 goalies if they, wouldn't you rather have them playing? Like, I just feel like you want them to play unless you're going to rotate all 3 guys. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think Blackwood had a rough end to last game, but I didn't think overall his game was shit. Like, it definitely, like, the last 2 goals in the last game, not great, but at the same time, you kind of have to have the puck. And the Sharks not having the puck for large stretches of that game, like you can only get so mad at your goalie about that when you don't have the puck.
That continues to be the thing with this squad is that puck possession isn't a thing, and that's the tough part. And you need the puck to score. I mean, that's not breaking news, but let's see. Teal BT saying about Smith could be a Shane Wright situation. Molasses. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not saying like I don't want people to get all like, oh, Ian saying that they need to send Will Smith to Barracuda. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that if look at pro hockey is hard. Making the jump from NCAA, making the jump from junior to the NHL, it's a hard transition. And sometimes guys hit a wall. William Eklund's a good player who I think we all are pretty fond of right now. Took some time to figure it out, had to spend some time on the Barracuda. I don't think he will ever see a Barracuda sweater again, but it happened, right? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he needs to go to the Barracuda right now. Again, it's 2 games. I think it's way too early to draw any like super vast conclusions on anything. I'm just saying that if, things go sideways and sometimes you send a guy to the HL just to get his confidence back. We've seen it 100 million times.
For sure. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I think he's here for the entire road trip. And I think if they do anything, maybe they do it the following Sunday before they take on Colorado at home.
Yeah. And I don't want to get like, I'm not trying to, I don't want people to come away from this saying that Will Smith needs to go to the Barracuda right now.
So we will see how it goes. Indeed, although Molasses like poor Dell's in Wichita.
You knew what you signed up for.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, I think that'll wrap things up on a interesting night here for the Sharks and the Barracuda. So in case you missed anything, or you want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or your favorite podcatcher, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google excuse me, YouTube Podcast, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeart, Odyssey, you name it, you love it. Leave us a comment down below on what you thought of tonight's matches, whether the Sharks loss or the Barracuda victory. And, of course, always available at tealtownusa.com. So with that, Ian, preview for Pucknologist Sunday night, 7 p.m. You and Andrew
7 p.m.
the first week.
We will be recapping the first week in Sharks hockey. So I will try and find new and exciting ways to talk about all the stuff that I just did to keep it interesting. And look, we're gonna talk about. I'm sure we'll talk about all kinds of different things. So I hope to see you all tomorrow.
Yes. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, please. We appreciate it. As for After Dark, we will be back with you on Tuesday, following Sharks and Stars. I believe that's a 5:30 start, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
I believe so.
Let me
too.
look at the spreadsheet.
Shout out to
5 o'clock start.
5 o'clock start. Excuse me. Chicago's Thursday 5:30.
5:30, correct.
Yep. My bad. Shout out Amanda for helping me get the new setup going. Trying to get a little fancy with it. Of course, it doesn't help with my damn mic, but my apologies to that. So I wish you all the best. Your setup is totally fine, Ian.
No, I got to fix it. It's been I don't know. My goal is it's the long weekend here because it's Thanksgiving weekend. So I think at some point I'm gonna rearrange my shelving thing behind me here. I don't know. That's what I say, but then I might actually go to do it and be like, yeah, fuck this.
Hey, I still like that jersey in the background though.
I do. Oh, that'll stay. I just want to kind of adjust the things on my shelf, I think.
The Sleepy Mofo, too bad we won't see Bedard versus Celebrini. Yep, that's a bummer.
Yeah, we will at some point.
And it'll be in San Jose more than anything. So, Ruben, I know you're out there in Chicago. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, but, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. Tell me I'm an asshole in the comments, man. Those are my favorite comments. When people tell me I'm an asshole in the comments, those are my favorite. Those are the reasons I get out of bed. I don't think I said anything that's gonna super upset anybody this time, though. But if you want to tell me I'm an asshole in the comments, man, those are my favorite. Those are the ones that I get out of bed for.
Oh my gosh! All right, well. Let him go to sleep and make sure he gets out of bed in the middle of the night, folks. So leave those comments down below, I guess. Again, Sunday night, Puck Knowledge is 7 p.m. We'll be back with you following Sharks and Stars. That's 5 p.m. on Tuesday. So thank you, everyone, for watching. Stay safe. And if you are in Canada like Ian is, have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah.
And until then, keep it real. Keep it teal. Keep it real, teal. Have a great night, everyone.